Hello and welcome to a monstrous race. This is the Bugatti Bolide. This is the fastest car as far as attainable top speed in the game. In fact, I set the fastest speed ever seen in this car. I'll have a video about that at the end here. It's quite interesting. This car is a handful, but once you get it under control, it's really not that bad. You're on the brakes a lot. It's actually got really, really good brakes. You're just going so stinking fast. But it's got really good brakes, really good grip, so it's kind of a fun car because it's really balanced. Now, I definitely am going to be taking off-track cuts because this is really hard. I was asked to check this one out, and boy, I'm surprised how hard this is. And then big jump at the corkscrew and don't get damaged. And we'll get into race location and all that stuff real soon. Surprising how difficult this race is. So you've got to be careful. And okay, so let's get into more off track here. Race location. Obviously, it's exclusive series. I shouldn't say obviously, but it's exclusive series. That's where the best paying races are for almost all the time, unless it's a super old series. You're going to need to have, well, I would say tilt B control, sensitivity, whatever you works for you, all assists off. That's just necessary. You can't do this with your assists on. So here is the fully upgraded specs, and here's the fully upgraded cost. That's expensive, but right now it's 35% off, May 6th to May 12th. So you might want to take advantage of that if you haven't. It does have the exclusive series, and then it's in series called, I think it's called Rivaled or Unrivaled. Gosh, I forget, guys. That's embarrassing, isn't it? And right now it's in the weekly time trial tournament. But don't think you're just going to get 300 gold. It's not that easy. It's very, very hard to be in the top. I did get a Group A last week. Super stoked at that at Brands Hatch. We're going to warp ahead here quite a bit. Not into the perpetual point yet, but I'm going to let you see that happen. I've tried this. Oh, this might be my 4th or 5th attempt. Right, I'd see the perpetual point and just not catch it. Right, I just run out of time. So I started cutting just after the bridge here. Not this bridge. Don't cut this. You see me, there's some places I'm going off track and I don't mean to, but here I do mean to. I might be able to carry more speed if I don't do this, but sometimes you can do, I think that time I just lifted. I don't think I braked. Got to be so careful with the corkscrew here. Watch out. He actually helped to rotate me back onto the track, but ooh, don't want to go off track there. Just checking for damage, don't got any, so that's good. And here, I wasn't getting back to the throttle early enough. So you can go left side's fully onto the green there and it's not off track. So you got to make note of that. I'm braking at this elbow, even there. That's a bit late. I'll have to huck it sideways. And I don't mean to do this. That's not good. That's losing momentum. That's not good. You don't want to do that. Don't do that either. Very slight braking point here. Really power through this corner. And brakes early here. You want to be onto the throttle at the apex, so right now. And then I'm going to set this up here. Go a little bit off track. Sometimes I'm tapping the brakes a little bit. You can get an overtake here because you got a huge buildup of speed. You got to be careful taking this cut though, as you can see. You don't want to take that too fast. In one of my attempts, I was taking it too fast and I was steering hard as I went into the air. You'll do a 180 in the air and land backwards and just waste all sorts of time. So you've got to be facing pretty straight when you get airborne or the car's just going to spin. Way back, many years ago, Koenigsegg Regera, I actually did a 360. Blew my mind. Man, I wonder where that video is. I'll have to look for it. Pretty crazy. It's a stunting video at Laguna Seca. I'm just doing all sorts of stunts. And yeah, that was pretty crazy. Anyway, definitely my favorite jump spot. Most of the spots, oh, look at that. I was almost out of time. Most of the jumps in this game aren't really jumps. They're kind of just drops, and this is so sketch. Got to be careful. You're really just falling. There's just 1 or 2 spots where it's actually a jump, but most of it is more so a drop. But hey, that's still pretty cool. This is, ooh boy, I'm fighting him, aren't I? Out of time again. I got to be careful I don't get damaged. Get some slipstream though. I'll overtake him at the elbow, and then I'm going to brake a bit late, and then toss it. And again, that's better right there. See that? I wasn't off track. That's good. There's that gaggle I need to catch though. And it's difficult. It's difficult. I should be able to catch some people coming out of this corner just after I pass the bridge. And then I'm out of time again. I'm already nervous about what am I going to do with the corkscrew. I got 2. Awesome. I'd like to get 2 more. 1 entering the corkscrew. Let's see if I can get you. Oh, Oh, I was really hitting the brakes. I did not want to get damaged. Okay, we're going to warp ahead some more. I'm being careful here. Warping ahead some more. Obviously, I'm not really building the clock all that much. That's dangerous. Oh, that's where I get damaged. Well, you know what you do when you get damaged? You bump pass. Don't know what bump passing is? Here you go. Take a page out of the NASCAR book. Bump pass. In NASCAR, that's dangerous because you should expect retribution in NASCAR if you do a bump pass. That's part of the game, though. That's part of the series. That's how it is. That's part of what makes NASCAR NASCAR. I mean, NASCAR's roots are in bootlegging. If you don't know what that is, if you're from different countries, that's running booze illegally. When there was prohibition in the States and you weren't allowed to have booze, or even when you were, that's originally why these guys... That's why these guys had souped up cars, so they could get away from the police. They needed super powerful cars because they were running liquor illegally. So that's the roots of NASCAR. So these are rough and tough dudes. I mean, that's just the nature of it. So these are rough and tough cars. And NASCAR is way harder than people think it is. Do you guys know who Juan Pablo Montoya is? Out of 94 Formula One races, he had 12 pole positions. He podiumed 30 times, with 7 of those being victories. 57 IndyCar races, 13 podiums, 5 of those victories, 3 pole positions. He won the Indy 500 the year he came back from NASCAR. Out of 256 NASCAR races, 9 poles, 59 top 10s, but only 2 victories. Sounds pretty hard to me. Juan Pablo Montoya has 7 championship titles across different series, so obviously he's a good racer. NASCAR's just hard. But turning left, not necessarily easy. Oh boy, I'm getting smashed up, baby. Back to this car. I mean, I do love this car. One of my favorite cars. It's just crazy. It's a crazy car, and it's crazy that it's real. This is a real car, and that blows my mind. Okay, we're going to have one more lap, I'd say, and then we'll get into the profitability. So, I mean, of course, I'm utterly destroyed, but utterly destroyed, this car is still faster than pretty much everything. I mean, this car with maximum damage definitely will be slower than the, Absolute and Absolute. There's a few cars like that, some Koenigsegg's and F5, but still stinking amazing car. And I've got the special livery that was out, I don't know, it was out a while ago in one of the time trial competitions, so I kept it on because it's kind of cool. It's definitely differentiates you from the field. Oh gosh, wrecking this guy going into the corkscrew. I love jumping the corkscrew. So my timer's kind of staying the same. Now we're going to do a freeze frame at 59, and then I'll show you what happens after 59. So this is why we're going to freeze frame and use that as the number, because of that. I got the pit maneuver. It was my fault. So I go back, I ended at 59, and I use the time from the green light to when I hit 59. Look at this thing. She's destroyed, man. Now, sometimes people ask me how I calculate fame per minute. So first thing you got to do is convert minutes to seconds, because I like this to be pretty precise. Then once you get your fame number, which is popping up now, it's fame divided by that lower number, 870, times 60 to convert it back to minutes. Just over 1,000 fame per minute is pretty good in my book. This is a really difficult race. Here's some of the videos you might like. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video, and I'll see you out there on the track.